Mr. Mark Johnston has extensive sales and marketing experience. He's worked across several industry sectors, both in the United Kingdom and here in New Zealand. Currently, he's the Vice President and Director of Business Development at two technology institutes, WelTec and Whitirea. WelTec and Whitirea are Wellington's institutes of technology, providing hands-on teaching and learning to around 15,000 students, of which just under 1,000 are Indian students studying at their campuses in Auckland and Wellington. Most of these students are studying at degree and postgraduate levels, particularly in the business, hospitality and tourism, IT and engineering programs. WelTec and Whitirea are strategic partners of INZBC. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mark Johnston.
Kia ora, namaste, good morning everybody, and thank you for that very generous introduction, Priyanka. I just want to acknowledge His Excellency, Sanjeev Kohli, High Commissioner of India, Bhav Dhillon, who's the Honorary Consul of India here in Auckland and Northland, Honourable Jenny Salisa, Fletcher Tabato, and especially the FICCI delegation who've travelled a long way to be here. I know some of you, it's your first time in New Zealand, and we heard some stories over dinner last night of the great experiences that you've had visiting New Zealand for the first time. I also want to acknowledge the work of the INZBC Executive Council, and in particular the man behind the scenes who makes all of this happen today, but also everything around the event happen. That's Gary Gupta. Where's Gary? He's around somewhere, he's probably at the back. He's right at the back of the room. He works incredibly hard to make this happen, and without Gary's dynamic enthusiasm, today really wouldn't be the success that I know it's going to be. From WelTec and Whitirea's point of view, as Priyanka mentioned, we have 15,000 students, and around about 1,000 Indian students study with us at our campus locations, both here in Auckland and also in Wellington. And really our partnership with INZBC and with FICCI has enabled us to extend our partnerships in India significantly over the last 12 or 18 months, particularly in terms of business, engineering, IT, tourism and hospitality. We now have partnerships in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and we're currently working on new partnerships in Rajasthan. So from our perspective, the connections that you'll all make here today, I think are going to be invaluable in terms of building the connection between both New Zealand and India moving forward. We've also attended FICCI events in India, their higher education conference, which comes up towards the end of next month in October, and also FICCI Frames, which is the film convention that FICCI run every year in March in Mumbai. And obviously coming from Wellington, you just saw Whitirea, which is our new creative industries campus right in the heart of the creative capital. It's been really important for us to look at how we build some of those connections with the Indian film industry. And we now have Indian films and Indian television programs being made right here in New Zealand. In terms of our involvement with the INZBC and FICCI, that's continuing to grow. And from last year, where we hosted the FICCI Education Delegation, as Bhav mentioned, this year we also hosted a pre-event summit in Wellington last month, which was a great success. Jamie Smiler, who's our tourism lecturer and researcher, is going to be hosting a panel moderation session later on this afternoon. And really the depth of understanding that we have of the marketplace in India just continues to grow. Maura Hagenson, who's our General Manager for International, also now sits on the INZBC Executive Council. So we're really committed to our relationship with INZBC and all of the opportunities that that presents for us in terms of building our partnerships in India. One thing that did come up last night around dinner conversation was the issue of direct flights from New Zealand to India. Now, as someone who's fortunate enough to travel to India 2 or 3 times a year, it can be a wee bit of a mission to get there. And I know that it's going to be a subject of discussion today, certainly from my perspective, whether to be the introduction of direct flights, even from Auckland, straight into one of the cities in India, whether it's Bangalore or Mumbai, Chennai, potentially Delhi as well. I think that would be a huge step forward, both in terms of education, but also in terms of tourism. And there's a significant opportunity, I think, for New Zealand to grow its tourism numbers in terms of Indian tourists coming here, but also New Zealand tourists travelling to India. So from my perspective, I know you're all going to have a great day. You're going to make some fantastic connections, and we're going to hear some really exciting, innovative stories around tourism, hospitality, and the IT sector, along with aviation throughout the day. So enjoy today, everybody, and thanks for your participation.